Um, Hello everyone, my name is Tontrakul and you can call me Ton. It's my nickname. Right now I'm artist who to play Isan music. Isan is the northeast part of Thailand, and I play traditional music. Khaen is a bamboo mouth organ, got Thai lute, pin, and multi instrument in traditional. Also, I have the band called H7. It's like a combination between Thai and pop and jazz, something like that, to find a new sound. And I have experience to work with many musicians around the world. And also, right now, I'm teaching at College of Music, Mahidol University, and I'm very glad to be participate with the panel. And so, is my English very poor? But if I talk and I explain slowly, I'm so sorry for everyone to understand about this topic. First of all, I think I thanks of Ajahn Anothai first, because she is the who to give me like an opportunity to work and deeply in this topic around 2 years ago, and I have to find myself about how to deeply in the instrument can be in traditional way and modern way, how to work with the new composer, the new style, and how to bring more identity of the instrument. So I'm going to talk about the can demonstration for modern music. So I'm to talk about myself again, but so deeply about my career as well. So I'm graduate from College of Music, Mahidol University, and I study in Thai music education and pedagogy. Right now, I'm studying in master degree in music performance. So I have experience to perform abroad many country, and I have the band is named Asia 7. It's the combination between Thai music, Isan music, pop, and jazz to create a new style and style of Thai music. Also, I work with many band like electronic music, pop, neo soul, and collaborate with many musicians around the world. And right now, I'm teaching in College of Music University, Mahidol University, and I'm compose music for the commercial TV, movie. Also, do my band is the name Tontrakul. It's like a drum and bass electronic to bring Isan music together. H7 and Nisatiwa like a lo-fi hip hop beat mixing with the music. Head is like a black music, is a neo soul funk beat. And also I have like a collaboration between Thai musician and Norwegian musician to finding the new sound and new style for when we make music together. And also I am a full-time instructor at music College of Music, Mahidol University. And I don't have not much about experience about the modern music, but I have a bit to work with composer and the musician to play like a modern music in 2 or 3 years ago. And I was working with AYE at Kalyani Music Institute and play like a modern style and find the new technique from my instrument as well. So today I going to talk and show you some material about my instrument. If you want to bring my instrument to compose your music, it's like a modern style, and how to bring like a more in identity and find the new sound and new technique from my instrument. I will talk about a little bit of overview and construction and playing position, pitch and layout a little bit. Also to talk about the traditional technique and what a new technique I find in this instrument. All right, I think everyone here like the mouth organ music instrument, but in this area in Southeast Asia we use the mouth organ look like this, and this is we call Khaen. It's very popular in Thai and Lao culture, but actually we see around Asia, East Asia, also Southeast Asia in mainland and Iceland. We have like a this instrument is look like similar, but depend on the area that we use. All right, the can is the mouth organ hose pipe, which are usually made from bamboo. The most characteristic of the can is the free reed, which is made of brass or silver. It is related to Western free reed instruments such as the harmonium, accordion, harmonica, which were developed begin around 18th century from the Chinese Sheng. The can be played as a solo instrument we call dio can, as a part of ensemble like a wong pong lang or can wong ensemble. It's a can wong ensemble like a have many sides of the can in the ensemble, like you have string or bass, quintet, quartet, something like that, or as accompaniment for Molam singer. And right now can had been bringing to play with popular is very various. โอเคครับ Let's see, it is the picture of Khaen Wong ensemble that you see. We combine the drum and the flute, flute, and can many side, right? Also, this the right side, you can see the more can player who to like a play accompaniment for the singer. The next part I'm going to talk about the construction of the instrument. We can separately to the consist of 5 main parts of the instrument. The first one we call the winches. This is made from hardwood. It's called padu wood. It is hollow out of the chisel and knife to insertion of the pipe in this. The next one is the bamboo pipe, and inside the bamboo pipe you have to see the reed like this. It's made maybe made from the copper or silver, brass, depend can you find in that area. The next one look, the next one is the finger hole. You can see one pipe we have like a per one single hole to hold it. When you blow in or blow out, you have to hold it and make the sound happen. And you see the reed like this. And this one we call เครือย่านาง have to try together. And you see this the black one is we call beeswax or ขี้สูตร ขี้สูตร is like a you have to wax the air outside when you blow in. Okay, the next part you see the pitch and layout of the can. The can is like a not separate like a do re mi fa sol la ti do, but we depend on like a fingering identity fingering by the instrument that you see. We have like a 2 octave and can separate right side and left side the notes like this. And the first one is it near your body is the lower pitch. We use just only the thumb finger to hold, and the last one we just use the pinky finger to hold it like this. And we have 6 notes of the middle. You can choose what you can play and you can hold like this. All right, about the basic traditional technique. The can that you see in the picture is a very common can that we use. It's very worldwide in Isan and Lao. About the traditional basic we use in traditional Lao and traditional Thai clan playing consists 2 layers. The first one is drone and the second one is melody. The melody is often to play like a parallel octave, fifth and fourth, and maybe also like a elaborately ornamented. Also about drone, we can separate and we can like a make the line, or we call in Isan we call line, in the Western we call mode, and the traditional can playing based on 6 mode, each with characteristic drone and idiomatic melodic figure. These 6 modes are shown in the platform. I will show you later one by one. Also, I talk about the major mode first. We call ลายโป้ซ้าย ลายสุดสแนน ลายสร้อย in ทางยาว pattern or minor mode. We have ลายน้อย ลายใหญ่ and ลายเซ. Okay, I just summarize and a little bit show you about the one by one. ลายโป้ซ้าย that you know the can we have like a diatonic scale, right? Have just only 7 notes, but we have like a 2 octave, and we separate and we like a how to create the feeling use for mode. The first one is ลายโป้ซ้าย we play in C mixolydian and use drone like this. This is the drone sound and this is the melodic and a fingering. When I play like a octave or fourth or fifth or the single note to play, it's possible to play in the mixolydian. The next one is I call ลายสุดสแนน is the like a change to G mixolydian mode, and you see a drone is still like a G high G as well and the medium G. ครับ the next one we go to ลายสร้อย is a D mixolydian but we change to a drone sound like a high A and D. And we move to the minor mode. First one is ลายใหญ่ is the A Aeolian or A minor. Oh, sorry, I'm wrong. This is a ลายใหญ่ that one is ลายน้อย is ลายน้อย that one is ลายน้อยครับ I'm sorry. And we play like a D Dorian mode. And this one ลายใหญ่. And the last one, equalizer, it's just only the picture. And then if the composer wish a passage to sound idiomatic within the traditional mode, it is possible and preferable to simply indicate the mode by the name. You can write the name of the mode if you want the player to play if the sound or the scale that you want, and design the drone and write out the single monophonic melody. The performer will be able to realize the melody with the characteristics, doubling, and some ornamentation as well. The next technique, which in the basic traditional we use the great note, but in Thai we call prom, something like this. sorry grace note in Thai we call สะบัด or note ประดับ but prom is a neck technique is a finger tremolo. You see in the technique is a commonly traditional technique to they often used in for the playing the melody in the parallel octave. That you see we just hold the lower melody and I repeatedly repeat in the highest note. Next thing is like a swing tempo. And the last one is called on attract. In my culture, is called tuat, just like an attack. The last part, I will talk about what I find in the instrument to create a new technique. And I think in many modern music in Chinese or Japanese, I think they have many technique in traditional and how to explain in Western music. And I try to do something like that, and I will like a Western style how to can bring like a how to make the characteristic like a real traditional but understand in the modern technique and Western symbolic that we will use for the performance technique. The extended technique Western notation in Khaen we can find around 9 or 10. The first one is the double tonguing, something like this. Okay. The next one, for this one, you can write down just only the common note, but you have to mark like a 2 point on the top or under the note, and the player can understand what you want to listen from the instrument. Next one is the faster tonguing. I move fast because I in the last part I have to show you about my experiment something with people. All right. The next is the vibrato, and you can write down something like this. And I okay. The next one is a half whole that you can write down half whole like this. And I play when I play I blow in and a little bit open the hole to half. The sound is a bit higher, but I should be slow because the sound is good. If you like a plays too fast, it not can make it happen. Because the whole is so difficult. Something like that. The next one is the crescendo. Like a singing when I blow in and I have to sing and make the voice as well to make like a combination between the can sound and my voice. Something like that. And if you want to write how to like a can at the top line and the first line and the singing in the second line is good for understand. Or maybe if it's the same note, you can just write down like the same note, just not have two line, and just write down the singing and play together is okay for me. The next one is breathing sound. Okay, breathing sound we have two types, right? The sound of the wind is blow when the time can be defined as inhalation and exhalation. This is a technique focused mainly on the sound of the wind. Same or not same? With in and out. Okay. The next technique, open and close position. And about technique, using one hand to close and open the button of the can will blowing is create a sudden color difference because player have to use one hand to hold the button and of the instrument. This technique may have some like a limitation of the pitch of the sound. That is, the player may not be able to play if get every note when doing this technique. And for this technique, you can write down the consort or sensor sort, like a consort, like you have to close the button, and the sensor sort like a open, or maybe plus or O. The next one is blow button. I just make the sound, but keeping in the rhythmic, just only rhythmic. That is only I will like something more. All right. The last technique I call Guiro Effect. Like a you can fingernail to scratching the bamboo to make the noise. Okay. The next part, I think I have to, I would like to show you about some traditional style, but actually I think I have to play, I have to play is better because it's more interesting. All right. The first one I will play in traditional mode. Okay, I have to move background first because everyone can see my instrument. Sorry. All right. And the second one, I have to use the new technique and experiment something. Okay, ครับ something like this. Thank you so much. And I will show the experiment between Khaen and Thai fiddle saw and composer and experiment who came from London. The doctor อาจารย์อโนไทยครับ I remember the name Irigo. Dr. Irigo. Yes. We tried something together at Kalaya Nivatana Institute maybe 2 years ago. Maybe. Alright, just show you a little bit what happened in this video.
you very much. Very interesting. So, for those who was here during the presentation by Pia Watt, you also heard him talking about the techniques that of Thai techniques. So now you have a chance to hear them originally by Thai instruments, right? So anyone who has some questions, so please. Pia Watt, do you have a question?
Yes, yes. So first of all, thank you very much, Tontrakul. I think that's a great presentation, and I have of course, because we are on the same ship, like on board. Like we do like similar research. Like as a composer, maybe I'm not a player, but I also have some thoughts about this. I'm very impressed, like your presentation, like working with a lot of like development of techniques, like in innovation of the use of the instrument. Like how can be evolve like from just like only traditional sense. Um, I can see that there's a lot of extended techniques, like the language that come from the Western ideology, like for example, like a flutter tongue, singing, like a lot of things that you also transcribe into the Western notation as like clearly state, like, which is really good. Um, and I, like from like my like compositional point of view, I can feel like sometimes we are kind of controlled by like some sort of like notation or thought from I mean, if I allowed to say, like it's kind of like European tradition of notation writing, and also the ways of expression, like using like all these techniques. And what I'm curious, like really, that what um what Western ideology couldn't do. Like because you say a lot of like what you can do, right? Like what can make things. But for example, if we are not borrowing like thoughts from from Western or from European tradition, what can do, like itself, like what is the like the really authentic, or also could be the potential of the development of the authentic music
Mm.
that you could present today, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just like kind of big question, but it's struggle for me as well, like as a composer, like how to, how to make music, like try not to borrow too many culture, but also like create something really original, like, or it's just like question. So
Mm-hmm.
please,
Oh, thank
thank you.
you for the question. I think about the notation. In my opinion, and in my way, I just like a symbolic, like a borrow some the language to talk each other between the composer and the performer. But actually that technique you say is very not real from a traditional way to create the new the sound. But I just summarize in the traditional way and the experimental way, and that I use, and I have to find the word to connect between the composer and just only the performer. And I think can is like a can be make more more that I show you, and I have to try, and I have to find the new things of this instrument, more. Thank you,ครับ.
Yeah. So I'm sorry to like just like dig in. So so what kind of new things that you think that could come from Can? Like it's like, for example, me myself, like my research, I'm working on like amplification, like Yeah, this is again, this is a bit Western, but at least like to amplify, at least to amplify the sound from the can. I try to use like very less techniques, like lesser, it's just like my approach, but it's just like I'm just curious, like what is really what we can advance the instrument, like just forget about techniques, but what we can really draw the potential of the instrument itself. Like as you are a performer, probably you know the best, because like you are the best figure in Thailand, to be honest. Like who knows about this instrument, right? So please tell me.
I'm not sure to answer your it correctly, but I think we have to develop our like a perspective to interpret something new, right? If I have just only this instrument, but I have to develop my my thinking, how to play with it, with like a not just use old technique, or not just to think about the technique first, but think about the idea and how to develop and how to matching with that music when the performer play. Is the important point more than the technique, I think.
That's very cool. Just to wrap up, maybe like some other half questions. So I like the way of Tontrakul said about like the adaptation, like when you experience in a situation with composers, with other musicians, it's kind of like getting you like kind of sonic experience, right? Something like create potential at that time. Like okay, like for example, you show us like the work with the like the synth, the latest piece. Like there's a lot of like cultural versus, right? Like from electronic culture and also like the traditional instrument culture. It's kind of like sometimes it's like authentic plus non-authentic plus technology. Great response. I think that's cool. I mean I have no opposing anything, but I think that's great, and I hope like we can work with you more, maybe like finding new pieces together or new collaboration. Thank you.
Sure, thank you.
Okay, Rio.
Hi, Rio.
Hello, thank you so much, Tontrakul, for introducing this instrument. I mean, I have no idea this instrument exists, and it's such a fascinating instrument. And the range of the sound, like the variety of the sound that this instrument can create, like you presented, is such a fascinating. And I have no idea other instruments can do this much of various range of the characters and sound quality and everything. Just one of the techniques that you showed us reminded me of Tanapat presentation on the other day, like the electric sound. Those like using a data as an instrument, and he showed us such an interesting sound, and also the traditional way of playing it sounded like more blues and sort of organ and kind of it's just such a fascinating range of this sound. And I'm so grateful that you brought this instrument to me, and super thankful that you introduced the instrument. And I guess one of the questions that maybe I might want to ask you is, like I think Piawat sort of presented last time, there's a quality of the culture being a sound, or culture being a music. I'm just curious what your thought about this instrument. What is it about Thai culture? Like what makes it sort of a, kind of a, what kind of things does this instrument have to express some of the cultural aspect of Thailand?
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure about the question, but I think the sound of this instrument is very unique, right? And if we will present about the sound and like the about Thai culture, we can just use only the the sound from this instrument is enough to present the Thai culture, I think. What you can talk about this topic ครับ More, but I think in Thai I can like describe is better. Sorry, in English.
No. Is this like instrument that everybody sort of knows in Thailand? So it's like a really traditional, like sort of instrument that has been rooted in the Thai culture or the Thai music culture. Is that like sort of right? I don't know. Because I have never heard of or I've never seen this instrument. Although it has some similarity with the Japanese show, which is another sort of pipe kind of a bamboo organ instrument. But I've never seen or heard of this instrument, Khaen. So I was just curious, like what this instrument is in terms of in Thai culture.
Oh, okay,ครับ. This instrument is very popular and very worldwide. When we mostly we use in the popular style, the popular music, and it's very famous to play with the another genre like a pop, rock, electronic music, and it's very unique because the sound is very unique and the body is very unique, right? And when you can search in YouTube or maybe in the Google and just only write the name of this instrument, you can see like a very worldwide and various the genre of music to bring this instrument to play. Yes.
I think maybe just a quick notion about, I think Khaen is very important instrument for the culture from Northeast. You know, like maybe Tontrakul, you can say about maybe you can lead us, you know, about like how it's important from the part of the region. You know, like how maybe you can mention about like Molam or, you know, like Luktung, like how the instrument become a part of the culture, you know, like how it leads the culture with the musical elements, you know.
Okay.
So
Okay, I try. So this instrument is is the ancient instrument in Southeast Asia around 3,000 years ago, and that time they used in like a animism religion to make this sound like to connect God and the people in the earth, and that sound is quite similar that we call nok karawek, maybe in English like a phoenix bird. Is very the special sound in that time, and they develop and change many time to like a music for entertainment, and then this instrument is like a play for the Molam single. Molam single is very worldwide in the Mekong River area, like a Thai, Lao, Cambodian, this area, and we use this instrument to play like a accompaniment and solo as well, and have like the band have the many instruments in the band. And right now that's I just told you last question, like can they not change anything, you know, they not change anything in the past, but just just they have like a 5 note, like a pentatonic, like a do re do re do re mi sol la, like a pentatonic note, but play in the Mixolydian first, and then they develop like a use the fifth in I don't know how to say in English, but like if you count the fifth and you have the one scale, right, like the white key on the piano, that concept they use in the can, and but not bring from the Western, but is it just only Thai Lao culture. We use that, and we have like a 7 note and 2 octave, and can play quite similar the diatonic scale in Western, and we play like a chord and interval, fifth, fourth, and can right now is very popular because if you want to present Thai culture, can is the first one the composer want to bring to the composition, because the sound, because the like a identity something is more and like a unique from the country in Southeast Asia.
Cool. That's great. Thank you. I just put a little bit of transcript, so maybe just keywords. So if you...
โอเคครับธนพัฒน์ครับ
So, Sawadee-krap. I'm Thai as well. So, as I'm growing in Thai and born and raised in Thai, I have some of my acquaintance as Thai Northeastern. Actually, Khaen is pretty prevalent in Thailand, in our like at collective consciousness, and I just happy how much you discover the sound out of one simple instrument, but you can have many layers add to the original sound itself. I think it's very useful for us to explore as the sound makers.
Thank you ครับ